Hello and welcome to Tina's Joyful Kitchen, and on today's show we are going to make, oh my gosh, my favorite lemony blueberry cake. Oh my gosh, I'm serious, I cannot wait for this lemony blueberry cake. We're gonna start with the dry ingredients, okay? So we're gonna get our bowl for, here's all my stuff for the dry ingredients. Whoops. And here we go, got my bowl. And always have a sifter when it comes to baking soda. You never want clumps with your baking soda. So we're going to always have a little strainer there, because you see those little clumpy dumps? You don't want to bite into one of those in your cake. So make sure that you press those through your strainer. And I'm going to have 2.5 cups of almond flour, because you know that all of my goods are gluten-free. There we go, 2.5 cups. Now I reserved a couple of tablespoons for our blueberries. I'll do that in a few moments. I have 3/4 cup of tapioca and about 1/3 cup of coconut flour. Now I took coconut chips and I ground them up in my food processor. So they look a little thicker than most coconut flours, which I'm perfectly fine with. And typically I sift my coconut flour, but this has already been sifted. So if you, and if you have coconut flour and almond flour stored in the refrigerator or the freezer, because it can go rancid quickly, okay? What else are we gonna do for dry ingredients? Some salt. Always sea salt, full of minerals that are wonderful for you. All right, at the end, we're gonna coat it with a little bit of powdered sugar, and that will be monk fruit powdered sugar. Okay, let's get rid of this. And let's stir all of our ingredients together here. That's it, we're just gonna stir up all of our dry ingredients. When you bake, it's always dry ingredients in one bowl, for the most part, and wet ingredients in another bowl, and then you combine them, okay? Okay, so let's get the wet ingredients. Dry ingredients, done. You know what, let's get started before I do the wet ingredients. Blueberries, you can do frozen, you can do fresh. Frozen are fine. I always have them in my freezer, so I always know that there's going to be blueberries in my house if I want to make this lemony cake, and all over my countertop, whatever. All right, so again, you can do fresh, you can do frozen. I like these wild blueberries. They're tiny and they're wonderful little scrumptious bites in your cake. I took those 2 tablespoons of almond flour and I'm mixing it with the blueberries. You can skip this step if you want, but I wouldn't. Do this step because it prevents the blueberries from falling to the very bottom of the cake. Oh, rewind. Turn your oven on to 350 degrees and grease your springform pan. I have some coconut oil over here that I had melted, and I literally just greased my pan. You can take a napkin, you can take your fingers. You could also put a piece of parchment paper on the bottom, but I generously greased this pan. I love my little silicone brush too. Okay, so next we're gonna do the wet ingredients. Ready? Wet ingredients are going to include 3/4 cup of maple syrup. Woo! I love maple syrup. You can use honey if you want. It's a little thicker consistency. And I want to show you another ingredient you can use other than maple syrup. It's called yacon syrup. If I haven't talked about this in the past, yacon syrup is from a root vegetable, and it's 1/3 of the sugar of honey. So if you need lower sugar, then this is a wonderful substitute, yacon syrup. If you do use the yacon syrup, bake it for 50 minutes versus 55 to 60, and it will not be yellow. It will be a darker texture, darker color because of the yacon syrup, okay? Next, we're gonna do 1/2 cup of lemon juice. Yes, freshly squeezed lemon juice. And very sad, I'm at the end of my lemon extract. So we're gonna do lemon extract, maple extract, and vanilla extract, a teaspoon of each. I've already measured those out. If you don't like extra lemon extract. If you don't like the maple syrup extract, don't add them in. Don't add them in. Oh, I wanted to show you these little jars that I have. These are from a yogurt, and my sister told me that you can buy the lids to them, so you can reuse these glass jars and have these little silicone lids. Buy them, and now you can use them for lots of stuff. I love these. I love that whole idea. Next, what are we gonna do? We have apple cider vinegar, just a half a teaspoon. No, it's actually a half a tablespoon. Apple cider vinegar, and we're gonna put in 3 eggs. Now, actually, let me do the coconut oil. This is 1/3 cup of coconut oil. Of course, you can get all of the ingredients on the MMCTV website. And this was soft. You don't want it super hard, and you don't want it to be hot, melted. Okay, so I basically just melted it on the stove top. You can even get, if your coconut oil is in a glass jar, put it in a pan of hot water, put the whole jar in there and melt it up. Okay, so we've got that. Let's do our eggs. Oh, so with eggs, if I cracked my egg in here and it was a bad egg, guess what would happen? I would lose all of those beautiful ingredients. I would lose them all. So I'm gonna crack my eggs separately, make sure it's not a bad egg. How do I know it's a bad egg? It's runny, it stinks. You will know. And also, if you get any shells in there, you can pull them out quickly without, again, ruining the rest of your ingredients. Okay. Oh, question. Is there a difference between brown eggs and white eggs and blue eggs and yellow eggs? No, there's no difference in the egg itself. It's the variety of chicken. It's the variety of chicken. Of course, all my eggs are always organic, free range, and the such, because we want our chickens to be happy. I always say happy chickens lay happy eggs. Happy chickens lay happy eggs. We want happy chickens. Okay. My favorite ingredient of all is the lemon zest. My favorite ingredient of all is the lemon zest. You get a little zester, and you patiently go around in a circle. You can do 2 lemons, you can do 1 lemon, you can do 3. I'm doing 3. Why? Because I love the lemon flavor. I love the lemon smell. Oh, that means my oven is up to temperature, 350 degrees. My sister came over this morning and she said, "It smells wonderful in here." I said, "I didn't cook anything. It's the lemon." Because lemon is wonderful. And as my dad would say, lemon disinfects. By the way, always zest your lemon before you squeeze it. Because if you try squeezing it and then it's hard to zest, so you don't want to do that. Yep, throwing all of that zest right in. Throw it right in there. Time for my mixer. Ready? Here we go. All right, you don't want to overmix. And now we're going to mix our dry into the wet. This is the way I do it, lazy woman style. There we go. Looking good. Always do a little bit of a time so that it doesn't get clumped up. You want it, or I'll show you. You want to make sure that it gets incorporated before you add more. Okay, you see that? Just incorporate it and then add more. Just until mixed. You don't want to over mix this. Okay, it'll be flat otherwise. All right, you're gonna get your pan. We're gonna put about a half of it in there. I'm gonna put about half of the blueberries over top. They will sink down a little bit, but not too much, but that's why we do half and half, okay? Let's put the rest of the batter in there. This is such a lovely cake. It is wonderful for breakfast. I love it for breakfast. A little cup of decaf, organic coffee, and a piece of lemon blueberry cake. Or a snack. Makes a lovely snack. Low carb, low sugar. Does have a little maple syrup, but nothing crazy. Okay. Just spread that out on top, and then we're going to put our blueberries on top. Yeah, let's do it this way. What's the most important tool in your kitchen? Your hands. Gotta use your hands. Okay, again, these blueberries will sink a little bit. I'm just spreading them out, and there we go. In the oven it goes, 350 degrees, 55, 60 minutes, and we'll be right back. The cake is out of the oven and the cake is plated already. So we've got this on this beautiful cake server that my friend gave me. And just look how gorgeous this is. Not done. We're gonna put a little bit of powdered sugar on there. And you're like, Tina, you don't eat sugar. Nope, I don't. But I do use monk fruit. This is powdered sugar made with monk fruit. And it's got a little erythritol in it. Erythritol is just a sugar alcohol from fermented vegetables. So we're gonna shake that on top. Look how pretty. Oh, this is my favorite cake. This is my favorite cake. Look how pretty that is. All right, we'll set that aside and let's slice into it. Okay, let's slice from over here. Serve that with a little bit of fresh strawberries on the side and a nice cup of coffee. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. And there we have it, our blueberry lemon cake that is super healthy for you. Thank you so much. Until next time, namaste. Bye for now.